Holy cow, guys. What's up? The Fed just broke crypto, all markets. A lot of stuff to talk about, breaking down the latest announcements from the Fed. We've got some altcoin stuff as well. We got a lot to get through, so let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Of course, happy to see you guys here. Make sure to stick around to the second half where I'll be answering some of your questions. So first and foremost, how's that market going for you guys? One of those days where it feels like I can make money trading crypto. Classic. Absolutely classic. Of course, the Fed cucked us. Papa Powell. What's this bullshit, man? Fed cut interest rates of 25 basis points, which is in theory good. Markets should like that. Money's getting easier to come by. Things are getting cheaper. It's cheaper to borrow money. Businesses can invest, blah, 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 blah. The problemo here, of course, is that's not all that happened at the Fed meeting. The Fed dot plot is showing that there might only be 2 rate cuts next year. So no, there's likely to be a pause in the January meeting. I think there's no February meeting, and then March, maybe we get a cut, maybe we don't. Inflation has been ticking up again. The Fed is now concerned about that. The economy is strong. Papa Powell said the economy is great, fantastic. Very interesting. And of course, the Fed's going to start, or continue, I should say, releasing assets into the wild. So that's going to put a bunch of sell pressure, of course, on markets more broadly. Yeah, there you go. Market did not like those kind of statements that there might not be more rate cuts next year. Well, what's interesting is that we got to the insane highs of the market on 5.5% interest rates. Now they're cutting slowly. In a weird way, I know the market's freaking out, but in a weird way, the slower rate cuts are okay. Panic rate cuts will be a problem. This is, to an extent, showing that the Fed's quote unquote in control. They're never really in control, but that's what they like to project out as the image they put out. Gumshoe says, Jerome Powell is telling you that the economy is strong now, that they're looking at a strong economy in 2025, that he loves the current progress. The job's not done, but he feels confident and thinks there may be more cuts than the dot plot expects. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. Even though the dot plot's only saying 2 cuts next year, we might get more cuts next year anyway. Markets freak out anyway. Doesn't matter. A lot of good things going in the U.S. economy. 3% GDP growth this quarter. Recession nowhere in sight currently, of course. We'll see, of course, when Trump and Elon get in there. And, well, I say Elon because Elon's going to take over the Department of Government Efficiency, along with Vivek, and start cutting all kinds of government jobs. But probably a lot of government jobs need to be cut, to be honest. But it's going to hit. It's going to hit, okay? A lot of people are going to lose their jobs over that. Fajal is saying it's important to view the dot plots not as a future forecast of events, but a psychological tool used to try to talk the market into an outcome it wants today, not in the future. Fed psyops, man, every damn time. Fed forced itself into cutting this week, so it's using a hawkish 2025 dot plot forecast, talk down long bond yields despite cutting today, although long bond yields did spike today. Since January was already priced for a pause and no meeting in February, the Fed has bought themselves time to allow further data to come out before they actually make a move and stop long bonds from getting too unruly at the cost of the 2-year. Can almost guarantee you 2025 will not occur as is forecast in their dots, but instead a mechanism they can use to talk down markets without having to actually do anything. Welcome to macro psyop warfare. Yeah. Alex Kruger weighing in. Very large FOMC moves such as today's often carry into the weekend, result in max panic on Monday. Of course, anything can happen. It's markets. If, for example, tomorrow the move were to retrace in full, that would be a major bear trap, and we should fly higher. But also next week is Christmas, which may change things. My book, Bitcoin bouncing off 98,000, Sol off 195 would be ideal, which is kind of where we got down to be honest. And then up only into the inauguration euphoria. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Trump inauguration just around the corner. It's only a month away. You get a new administration. We're going to dial down the World War III vibes, okay? Dial up the immaculate crypto vibes, right? We're going to get a new SEC head. We're going to get a crypto czar. All this cool stuff's going to happen. Hold the line. Hold the line, guys. Hey, we should all be thanking Japan today, by the way, because in the midst of all this market chaos, Japan really saved the day. So my tip of the hat, Japan. Not only do I love sushi, but I love this. I love the Bank of Japan today. We are not friends, Bank of Japan, but you're okay with me today, okay? I remember what you did in August. Don't do that shit again. Bank of Japan just made their interest rate decision. They will not be raising interest rates. It's Japan's market. We just live in it, baby. Because if that Japan carry trade thing starts to unwind again, they leverage back up. Come on. Anyway, they didn't do it, so that's good. Now we just all have to look forward to the Fed meeting in March, probably where we'll get our next interest rate cut. Bank of Japan, you better chill out, man. Don't you go doing any crazy stuff. Jason here saying every time the VIX jumped by 50% in a single session, it plunged over the next month every single time. Is this time going to be different? It seems like it could, but we all know the danger of this time is different. Big volatility spike, volatility goes back down, market prices go up. Classic deal. Now, hey, before we get into all of the altcoin news, I want to let you guys know about this. It is the Beam node sale. So Beam, in case you are not familiar, this is an Avalanche-based gaming coin. So these guys are super deep in gaming. They just got a big partnership with like the Abu Dhabi government. They've launched Beam AI, which we've told you about here the other day on the channel, which is super bullish for like AI and gaming coming together. Beam is one of the biggest gaming plays in the cryptocurrency market. And here is your chance to get a piece of the pie. So they are running a massive node sale. So essentially what the deal is, you come and buy one of these nodes, and then you'll be able to delegate your node out. By the way, you don't have to actually run the delegator yourself if you're feeling a bit like tech phobia. These nodes come as NFTs, and the NFTs can be transferred or sold later on in the markets. The prices are actually going to triple next week. So you have about 5 days to get in on these nodes at about $12.50 a piece. Then they are going to go up 3x in price next week. But when you grab one of these nodes, you are going to be getting transaction fees. So you'll delegate out your node. You'll start getting transaction fees happening on the Beam chain, as well as decentralized exchange fees happening on the Beam chain. Plus, they're taking, I think it's $120 million of their treasury, which is half of their total treasury. They have a gargantuan treasury, these Beam guys, and they are dedicating that to go out as rewards as well for all of the node holders. So that's in like Avalanche coins and stuff like that. They're going to be distributed out over the next 4 years to node holders. So absolutely massive deal going on right now for Beam. If you want to grab yours, there's a link down below. You can get a 5% discount on your node when using that link. So if you are a fan of crypto gaming, if you're a fan of what the guys over at Beam are doing, go check that out. It's an interesting opportunity for you. So let's continue. Let's knock down some Bitcoin price news here real quick. CryptoCon sharing this chart here. Bitcoin to $109,000 by December went well, which was his prediction a little while ago. I first mentioned at 60K after the bottom in August. It was just the next step according to this very accurate Fibonacci extension model. So what now? Big correction. Now that the bull market is in full effect, corrections are an afterthought. That doesn't mean they won't come. It just means they're not really important. The time to buy crypto has well passed. I largely agree with that. There's still some opportunities. Still some opportunities out there for sure. Some great opportunities, especially on this dip. A lot of stuff came back down to retest major areas of price support. But next major target, 160K. Dig it, man. I dig it. Let's go. Let's go. Bitcoin, by the way, maintaining the uptrend here. MACD still grinding down here on the daily, which is fine. But the uptrend has been maintained so far. So actually, we just basically came right back down and retested 100K as price support. Everything seems very dramatic when you get a big fat red candle like that. You know, oh my gosh, Bitcoin dropped from 106 to 100K. Oh no, it's down like 6% on the day, man. Man, I've lived through 50% daily drops. Everyone around for the COVID crash. That was some crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Jeez. 6% daily drop. Get out of here. Just coming back down to retest, of course, price support, flipping this area of resistance into support. Now, if we get more scary macro stuff, let's see what happens. Obviously, we want to see it hold as support. We want to see some kind of recovery happening, start building back up, blah, blah, blah. But the uptrend for now, this line right here has been held. Lose that line, it could be coming back down to the mid 90s or even the sort of upper 80s as a potential area. But I'd say 92 becomes a very, very interesting area if we lose the orange line. Hasn't happened yet. We held a support at 100K. Boom. There you go. Neste saying 123 to 131K. Next big price target coming up. I can dig those vibes, man, based, of course, on these fractals here. Rock and roll. The let's give a shout out to the account here. Mags at the Scalping Pro. This is an interesting one. So this is the end of 2023. Are we going to get a similar scenario playing out now for Bitcoin? I should take myself on the screen so you can see the full awesomeness of that chart there. That would be interesting. You can see here we had a vertical accumulation, consolidation phase, big manipulation dump. Imagine if that's what we get now. Rally up to like 150K, dump back down to 100K, and blammo, back up to 250K by the end of the year, or the end of like April or so, not the end of the year, by the end of April or May or something like that. I would not be surprised, to be honest. That'd probably be the cycle peak if that happens, by the way. Bitcoin entering the euphoria phase, or the thrill phase. So we're going from belief into thrill. This is where the big moves happen, okay? This is the parabolic up phase, the major markup phase coming here for the cryptocurrency markets. And as I've been saying many, many times, you should expect 20 to 30% downturns. You should expect massive volatility, huge plunges on your altcoins and all that kind of stuff. It's a messy, messy market, but that's where we make the money, okay? We've got the Dutch government being urged to establish National Bitcoin Reserve in an open letter, okay? That's interesting. I have no idea if that's going to get any kind of actual support, but the idea is spreading. The orange virus is spreading. Love to see it. Max says, altcoins bleeding into the Fed meeting. Where have we seen this before? Oh, the previous two meetings, we've seen the exact same type of price action. Look at this. September, boom. Altcoins smashed, altcoins rally. November, altcoins smashed, altcoins rally. Now there's other things going on at the same time. The last Fed meeting was like the day after the election or whatever. So, you know, just keep that in mind, okay? Ali sharing this chart after the last 3 FOMC meetings. Bitcoin dominance dropped. Of course, that again speaks to the potential for altcoins to go up in price, right? What do you think is going to happen now? Altcoins will go up in price. Actually, a lot of altcoins are starting to look very, very interesting at this point. We've got a lot of altcoins that are now having their MACD under the 0 line. So they've had big downtrends. They had great rallies a few weeks ago. They topped out on the MACD daily. Some of them are further ahead than others. Some are a little behind on this and just sort of having their MACD bearish crosses right now. But Solana is a great example of a coin that has now come down 3 times to test $200 as price support. Okay, the downtrend is continuing. We're getting a heck of a lot closer right now to a MACD bull cross, okay? A lot of stuff going on there. So just real quick, rapid fire on the altcoin news here, as I got some big stories I wanted to share with you guys. Solana daily transactions hitting new all-time high. Love to see it. Look at it, like over 60 million. That's nuts, man. This guy here, Gumshoe again, he says, tested $200 several times. Pengu airdrop worth hundreds of millions. Jupiter coming, that's of course the Jupiter airdrop worth hundreds of millions of dollars once again. FTX repayment to start next 60 days. Solana being called dead by Crypto X again. Potential hype, local top, record volumes and activity. Makes sense to bet on Solana. I would not fade the market leader of the cycle. You know, it's easy. Everyone wants to just rotate to the next thing all the time. Another $250 million just minted over on Aptos. $630 million on-chain stablecoins now on Aptos. Aptos, watch out, man. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming. This is crazy. Look at this. The EVM is about to change forever. Say is scaling to 5 gigas per second, a 50x performance improvement compared to any mainnet EVM chain today. You're not hearing a lot about Say right now, but you're going to hear a lot more about Say later. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's coming, man. And congratulations, the guys at Sonic Labs, formerly known, the artist formerly known as Phantom. Sonic is live. Sonic is live in EVM Layer 1 blockchain. Boom. Launched, of course, by Andre Krohn, one of the most influential developers in the space. The rebrand from Phantom over to Sonic to really underline the new technology stack being deployed here. This is one that, again, I think you're going to hear a lot more about these things, right? Aptos, Say, Phantom. And of course, these are my bags, guys, my bags. I'm out here repping my bags. You got to rep your bags, man. If you ever want to know what all of my bags are, guess what? You can always find that information down in the description here on YouTube. Been coming over on X now. Now, okay, it was 15 minutes. Not too bad. We smashed through a lot of news there, guys. Hydrate. Now, 15, 20 minutes for questions. We're going to try to keep this 30 minutes. We've got 15 minutes for questions. Let's go. What do you guys want to talk about today? The evolving man, since Trump is about to do a strategic Bitcoin reserve, people think the top is in. Get real. I mean, everything in the charts right now to me says the top is not in. Can there be a black swan event that derails all markets? Of course there can be. Right now, from what I see, things are going to be okay. Okay? Lark, hey, people, what's up, man? Here's my question. Do we get an alt season with no quantitative easing? Look, M2 supply, even though in a slight corrective phase right now, is generally going up and expected to go up globally by the end of significantly, but about another $20 trillion by the end of 2025. Interest rates easing globally. Credit on an upswing, all this kind of stuff. So there's a lot of positive things out there that say, yes, we can absolutely have a lot of exciting things happen in the market without the Fed doing a major easing, right? But yeah, better if they do, and they might change course soon. You never know. Okay. Lark, do you think BRC20 tokens will explode this cycle? I don't know. I'm not super into BRC20 tokens. The only one I think really worth attention is probably Dog to the Moon. The dog, is that technically a BRC20 or is that a rune? Is it the same? Whatever. I don't spend much time on the BRC20 Bitcoin token ecosystem, to be honest. But there's some interesting opportunities over there. And if you're sort of going down that rabbit hole, then there's probably a lot of opportunity for you. Okay. There's so many chains and so many niches that some of them are going to do pretty well. BRC20, I mean, on the one hand, it's like, yeah, Bitcoin, great. Bitcoin tokens, fantastic. But then a lot of the user experience, except, if you're trading stuff on Magic Eden, they've got it set up, right? But a lot of the user experience for a lot of the stuff has been lacking a bit, and exchange support's a bit spotty, but, that could change real fast, and then BRC20 becomes a big thing. But I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it, to be honest. But there's a lot of niches I don't spend a lot of time thinking about. What's your thought on Sonic? Sonic's going to do really well, I think, right? I think Sonic's got a fantastic opportunity. Layer 1 blockchains tend to have great performance in the market. Rebrands are bullish, and the new tech they're bringing out is actually really good. So let's see. But I think that Phantom could go to like $10 or something this cycle, which, yeah, okay, from the current price is not like insane. But I'm you know what? If I can get $5 out of it, I'm pretty gosh darn happy. If it goes to $10, yes. This is indeed a Perrier. Not sponsored. Perrier. Bastards. Lark, I've been following you since you had long hair. That's a long time ago. That's a long time ago, man. Okay. Let me see. Richard, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Is Sui going to outperform Sol? I think a lot of people are definitely thinking that. How much it outperforms Solana from this point moving forward, that is the different question. And it's the same kind of question around Solana outperforming Ethereum, right? Will Solana outperform Ethereum? Should you sell your Ethereum and go buy Solana today? Well, what's Solana got? 400% upside? ETH probably 350% upside, something like that. So maybe, the amount of outperformance for these coins at this point in the market cycle, it's not the same as it was a year ago, right? A year ago, Sol dramatically outperformed. This point moving forward, how much outperformance are there going to be by something like Sui versus Sol? Can it be 2 to 1? Maybe. But the market cap of Sui is also not that small anymore. It's gone absolutely massive. It's up 1,000% in the last 3 months, which, absolutely incredible run on that asset. Currently worth $13 billion market cap. So can it run up to $50 per coin and get to $130 billion market cap? I mean, maybe. Remember, hey, if you think we're going to $10 trillion total cap for crypto this cycle, then sure. And that's going to be about a 2 to 1 outperformance, because if Sui goes to $50, Sol goes to 1,000, 1,100, something like that. So approximate 2 to 1 outperformance in that perfect scenario. And remember, last cycle, Cardano went to $90 billion market cap with no smart contracts. So yes, that is possible. Not saying it's most likely scenario, but possible, let's say. Fartcoin. Fartcoin's hilarious. It is the most left curve damn AI agent meme coin there could possibly be. And TradFi bros have been melting down like, how dare the Fed's not doing enough. They need to tighten monetary policy more. There's something called fart coin that exists with a $1 billion market cap. Classic. Classic. I love it. The altcoin season index has dropped to 53 today. It's never happened in an altcoin season before. Maybe a bit of a false breakout on that, but like I said, a lot of the altcoins are either back to major support or they've seen their MACD come down enough where they're probably getting ready for their next rally higher in the not so distant future. Tiny 5% correction. Everybody's selling. Everybody just top blasted, I guess. Everybody top blasted. Everybody, of course, over leveraged again. Over leveraged at the top. Oh, it's up 1,000%. I should probably go 10x long now. This will be great. I'll get another 1,000% out of it. Come on, guys. Come on. I'm gonna catch up in the chat here. I'm a few minutes behind. Lark, can you take a second? Gosh darn. IOTA, man. I have not thought about IOTA literally in years. And I know they're coming back and they're doing some stuff, and I wish them the best. I really do. But I just haven't thought about IOTA in such a long time. What are they doing these days? I have no idea. Lark, why is MACD your preferred? Well, I like the MACD. I like the RSI too. I feel like they give a pretty good indication of momentum, right? When momentum's starting to fade, when momentum's picking up. I feel that there's a pretty good indicator overall looking at daily MACD bull and bear crosses. And I think the weekly MACD bull and bear crosses are very powerful signals that certainly not perfect, right? If you're waiting for the MACD bull cross, you're going to be a little bit late to not get the perfect entry, but you'll get a good enough entry. And if you're looking at the MACD bear cross on the weekly as an exit point, yeah, you're not going to time it perfectly, but you're going to get close enough. It's a good confirmation that momentum has run out, the assets have lost steam, and the market's turning for some amount of time. So I like it. I feel like it's a pretty good indicator and has served me pretty well. Are you going to cover Algorand memes? No, I don't. Algorand has memes? I guess they do. Gosh darn. I mean, you guys have to realize the insanity of this market, okay? Every single chain has decentralized exchanges and borrowing and lending markets and frickin' meme coins and frickin' AI agents now. I have no idea what's going on in most chains. I really don't. It's impossible. If you just focus in on one chain like Algorand, for example, and you're like the master of everything going on there, SUI and the master of everything that's going on there, fantastic. But I would say with any of them, look for the ones that are getting the most hype. The chains are getting the most hype, like SUI right now. A lot of SUI ecosystem plays have had crazy runs, for example. Maybe SUI's still got a lot of potential, obviously, but what's the next big thing coming up? Aptos, Say, Phantom, Near. Okay? Those are the next ones that are probably going to move in a significant way. So finding early ecosystem plays there, probably going to have some pretty strong outperformance versus something that's already had multi-100% or 1,000% runs, like some of the DeFi protocols and SUI, for example. I'm not saying they're bad investments at this point, just saying for people looking for a bit more alpha, maybe that's where you're going to find it. Everything turned red the instant I bought in. All thanks to you, Lark. You're welcome. Classic. AI agents. I agree. I've got 3 AI agent plays. I've thrown like, a Solana here and there, some super random, like tiny micro cap AI agent bullshit, which has basically all gone to zero. That's fine. I gamble every once in a while with a little bit of money because I get bored sometimes waiting for my big bags to move. But anyway, I've made a pretty decent sized allocation, like 0.3% of my portfolio or 0.2% something initially. And it's up to about 0.6, 0.7% now of AI 16Z, the ELIZA framework on Solana. I've also got a decent sized bag of Cerebro. In fact, those are the 2 coins that I added a little bit more to today, by the way. And I've invested in the venture round for Mo, so MoMate. I have not bought their Nebula AI agent yet, although I do like it. I do like their Nebula agent, but I haven't bought their agent yet. But I did buy the framework coin. So that's Momates. They're coming out pretty soon. They're not on the market yet, but they'll be out pretty soon. Okay. Answer more of my questions. We're gone for months. Well, I've been here, just not doing live streams. Thoughts on ICP? Nah, not really. I know ICP, guys. Come on. I just cannot pay attention to every coin. So I don't really know about ICP enough to make a comment on it. Okay, I know, Lark, shouldn't you have spent a whole day of your life researching ICP by now? No, I've got plenty of other coins. Don't worry. And I hope that you make a lot of money in ICP. I know a lot of people are excited about it. So there you go. Lark, is Avalanche a good investment? What's your price prediction for it? I think Avalanche is a great coin. Currently, around support at 40 bucks. Is that an interesting entry? Potentially. If the markets keep going down, obviously not so, but let's see if that $40 price level holds as an area of price support. But I like AVAX. I think AVAX has been doing a lot of the right stuff. They got big games coming. They got everything going on with Beam and much more. So I like Avalanche, and probably it's going to, if, again, we get the best case scenario for the market cycle, we go to $9 to $10 trillion market cap, for example, or even $8 or $7 trillion market cap. Things are going to get a lot crazier for your altcoins. And in that scenario, Avalanche goes on to hit new all-time highs. Is that going to be at $300, $400? I don't know. We'll see. I think the Fibonacci 3.618 line's around $450, $500 or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but basically a lot higher. Is that exactly what's going to happen? I don't know. But 10x for one of these sort of top 20 coins is like the Pico top price, by the way. I think 5x is much more realistic, assuming that we get a good, strong altcoin cycle printing in Q1, Q2 of next year. Okay, one or two more here, guys, and we'll finish up. Lark, you're gonna deep dive into Caspa. Yeah, we have on the... Did we ever do it on YouTube? I can't remember if we did a YouTube video on it or not. I feel like it was on our list. We never got around to it because people just stopped watching the review videos, so we didn't keep doing them. But we did cover it in the newsletter, and we have made like a few threads on Twitter and stuff about Caspa. But you know, for me, I like what Caspa's doing. It's a cool idea, but it's never been enough for me to go and pull the buy trigger on it. So other things have caught my bid and attention more so than that. And that's no shade on Caspa. I hope that everybody makes money, obviously. Just my personal feeling. Did you cover the fact that the Federal Reserve would have nothing to do with a Bitcoin reserve? I know what Jerome Powell said, and it's honestly, it's not even worth really mentioning, but we'll mention it since you brought it up. Sure. So they basically said, you know, will the Federal Reserve, some reporter asked about Bitcoin. He's like, no, we're not going to hold Bitcoin in the Federal Reserve. You know, all it takes is one presidential order to change that scenario. Okay. So it's not that big of a deal. Or, you know what? The Fed's not going to hold it. A different department's going to hold it. It's an easy problem to solve. The Fed, they're testy. Jerome Powell's got a, you know, big ego, let's say. Yeah, I know he looks very diminutive with those glasses, his old man gray hair. Snake in the grass, that guy. You watch out for him. Okay. Appreciate mentioning Say has been my lowest performer so far this cycle. I think it's going to do pretty well personally. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm overestimating the potential of it, but I feel like they got a lot of good stuff going in the background for Say. So yeah. Updates on Benji, please. Benji, I'm still holding my bag, guys. Still holding my bag. It's the dog, one of the dogs of base now. Now we have, of course, Ski Mask Dog that's come up, and that's got a lot of attention from some other big content creators. And, you know, they've got it running from a few $1 million market cap to a few $100 million market cap. So, you know, obviously very well done for the content creators who got everybody excited about Ski Dog Mask. Benji, it's just been chilling, man. It's, you know, it's still the good boy dog of base. And I think they've been making a lot of good partnerships and doing a lot of good stuff. So will we see that finally catch up and get a Coinbase listing at some point? Don't know, but it'd be awesome to see. Lark, how's it going? Nice little shakeout. Yeah, it's been a nice little shakeout, hasn't it? Lark, you're becoming popular in Germany. Yes. Fantastic. What else? We'll do one or two more here, guys. Who is disappointed with the 5X? I know. The crypto brain just doesn't comprehend things. Larky's still bullish on Mixmob. I know that they're rebranding right now and doing some new stuff with even I don't remember exactly what it was. I saw something about it the other day. It's been so many things going on. I'm still holding my Mixmob bag, but gosh darn, is it down so bad. I mean, just so you guys know, I'm still holding that deeply, deeply underwater bag, okay? I was a venture round investor, added more money, demolished, absolutely wrecked on that one. I hope it pops back. It could. Let's see, right? Pavel and the team are still working in the background on it, so fingers crossed. Lark, if Trump pulls off no capital gains tax on U.S.-based cryptos or the Bitcoin Federal Reserve, Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, will we get a super cycle? I doubt it. The reason that the super cycle talk is very, very dangerous, right? Because you try to base on the assumption that crypto is going to have a secular cycle where only it performs well in spite of what will inevitably be a stock market crash, a stock market correction, an economic crash, treasury bonds blowing up, what else? Japanese carry trade unwinding, all this kind of stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many things that can still go wrong. Unemployment spikes, inflation spikes. To think that crypto is going to somehow be immune to that, has gold been immune to that stuff? No, it hasn't. So why would crypto, right? And this is all very bullish stuff. No capital gains tax on US-based cryptos. If they really pull that off, I mean, bullish. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, crazy bullish. All this stuff is mega, mega bullish, but we underestimate what that's going to do in the very short term and underestimate, is that right? Overestimate short term and we underestimate what it's going to do in the long term. Long term, guys. Can you hold till 2030 and beyond? If so, you're going to do pretty well. That's it for today. I'll see you back tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye.